in today's video, we're going to be doing the red zone for GT here. So we've got what's it called? All stages, no item, just like we did the movies. So GT1, I think was it? I think overall it was probably harder because yeah, I think overall this one was harder. There was like more stages that took some attempts, but it was kind of top heavy, whereas like it was a little bit more evenly spread out in terms of difficulty, in my opinion, for the movies one, whereas this one felt like it was pretty easy at the start and then got a lot harder towards the end. Especially Omega, that one took a long time. So Legic here, super quick, literally takes 2 turns to beat, so I mean this is already about to be finished. It's just a simple fight, nothing really too crazy goes into this one. Very easy to do. Yeah, I mean we could have even one-turned it if we got even luckier with like maybe key and stuff like that. It's not difficult. So that's Legic finished. I guess we'll just move right into the next fight, is Lude. So Lude is also pretty easy. It's a two-phase fight. Sure, they might be able to do a little bit of damage here and there, but not too tough, for sure. Just pretty easy all around. Alright, so now we are moving on to, who's this? Rildo. Okay, yeah, so Rildo is where it starts. There's definitely a jump from Lude and Legic to Rildo. A little bit harder here, although I don't think this fight was incredibly tough. If I remember correctly, it's been a little bit now, but I don't think it was too crazy. But you know, it can be tough because I mean he's got the lock. The way his typings are can kind of make things tough. You know, what's he go? He's got the int phase here into an AGL phase and then into tech, right? So those typings are a little bit, they're not great. This team, for int options is not, it doesn't, to be honest, it doesn't have a lot of options in general, so it just makes it hard. It makes fights that are like lesser phases, like, you know, Baby has his last 2 phases as int, and the main unit of this team, the leader, is physical. It makes that fight like more bearable. This fight, I mean, when they're like the phases are changing type, the Shadow Dragons as well, when they're changing typings a lot, it can make things a little bit tricky, but still nothing too crazy. Alright, so now we should be moving on to Baby. This was, for a lot of people, one of the hardest stages, and when it came out, this was the hardest stage in the game to beat that I've ever played, in my opinion. It was like one of the closest runs I've ever had in a stage. So he starts off pretty weak here at the start, you know, nothing too crazy, you don't have to worry about anything. I think he starts ramping up a bit once you get to his Super Baby 2 phase. That's the third phase. And then obviously the last phase can be devastating. Although the last phase we were able to destroy thanks to the Spirit Bomb. So Baby was honestly, in all not that bad of a fight. It got maybe a little close at the end, but it was not like it was complete. It was like difficult the entire way through. It was just like one attack that got us particularly low. But still, even then, we were still fine, and we still were pretty easily able to beat it. It's just that, yeah, because he's double ins, like I had mentioned before, it makes the Z Saga LR just like they can have free reign, they can do what they want, and it makes it very easy for them to go off. Alright, so next we've got Super 17. So, going into this is the fight that I had, assumed was going to be the hardest one. Just because, we'll end up seeing it in this run, is that, you cannot use the Spirit Bombs against Super 17. So, for the revive, even the revive counter, you can't use it. He'll nullify, even if it is a revive. So, that was, and like, because of how much damage they do, I was worried about how much it was going to heal him. In this run, it ended up just being inevitable. Like, we would, in order to get like a no item run, we would just need to revive. It was just necessary. But yeah, because of that. I think it was probably because of that attack right there. We just had to. Yeah, certain circumstances when that type of stuff happens, you just have to. So we were forced to have to use that there, even though it does heal him a lot. But AGL Gogeta we have here, was able to clutch up. He did so much damage to the Super 17 at the end there that he kind of reversed and did more damage than the then he ended up healing. So we were able to get past that thanks to him. So props to him in this fight. I think he definitely was necessary, and if he hadn't used aid, this would have been really rough. Alright, so now we've got the Shadow Dragons. Now, this fight actually took me a couple of tries. I think it was around the, I guess that would be, there's 6 of them, so it would be the 4th phase. I think that was the one giving me a little bit of trouble. Not particularly like the phase itself, but I think more so, we were taking damage little by little as we got through, and then we would die. We died a couple times at that phase, like once or twice, and then we died like once or twice on, I think it was just this opening phase. I think it was like Age Yell, Gogeta didn't dodge or something. We just get one shot. Like that stuff happens. I think Oceanus might have killed this one. So like this one took a couple tries for sure. I at one point ran like STR cooler rotations, which was working, but and then at one point I found that they weren't like their start to turn defense just was not high enough, so it was making it really tough to have anybody sit in slot 1. So I had to abandon that strategy. But this run I think was a lot better RNG wise. We were able to do things the more ideal way as you'd want to. And thankfully, we were able to get past this actually with little difficulty actually in this run. This fight was never really that hard. It's just like no iteming it could always be no iteming anything somewhat difficult can always be a little bit tough. So you know you just need a little bit of RNG. It is how it is, RNG game. But with the correct RNG, we were able to get past this stage with little to no difficulty. Alright, now we got the man of the hour, Omega. By far the most annoying stage that we had done. I was not expecting that originally, but man, was this one bad. This was bad. This one had to have taken like 8 or 9 attempts to beat. It was actually insane how much I died in this. Mostly due to that second phase. That second phase is really bad for this team. It's built with like a lot of... I built this team with physical characters because it helps us set up in this phase as well as dominate the last phase. But then that makes that second phase a nightmare. But we were... And a lot of it too was also just RNG. Like, there was one run in particular where there was like 5 attacks in the first slot, 5 attacks in the last slot, 1 attack in the second slot. I put my physical character, physical Super Vegeta there, and of course he's the one that gets supered in the slot with the 1 attack. It's just super unlucky stuff like that. I even resorted to bringing Turles at this point because I was just like, we need AGL characters, and as long as Turles didn't really get touched in the last phase, I was okay with bringing him. Like, he'll support, at least it'll help us out a bit. Here, like, you never know, right? Like, this guy, okay, double super from Vegeta's there is nice. Sin could just decide to super attack Super Vegeta and the run's over. 1 attack. Could have happened. Again, that would have been the second time. Thank God it did not. Jeez. I think he supers Turles here. But, that way, you know, if we get hit by an AGL character, like, even though he's still taking damage, it's better than getting 1 shot. And, we basically used that, plus, you know, using the revive to our advantage, and it was just we were able to get this, and then we were able to finish him off with spirit bombs and stuff, you know, get the nice clean finish. So, all in all, once you get past this phase, very easy. It's just getting past this phase is really tough.